Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. For those of you that are unaware, I try to review every little bit of media that gets released as soon as I can. So if you're ever curious about a new movie, series or show, whether it's on Netflix, Disney Plus or any other platform, come to my channel and I will let you know. And today we're going to be talking about KIZAZI Moto Generation Fire, and I was so incredibly lucky and privileged to attend the world premiere of this awesome series. So guys, I had to wait a few days to talk about my thoughts, but now the embargo has been lifted and I can let you know. So KIZAZI Moto Generation Fire is of course the very first Disney Plus original series that was completely animated, voice acted, directed, produced, everything on the continent of Africa. And that is a massive step forward for content creation. That's a massive step forward for animation, just for movie making in general here on the continent of Africa. So if you know me at all, you know that I'm proudly South African. I live here in South Africa. I was able to attend the event, which was incredibly awesome. And if I'm not mistaken, 2 of the 10 episodes were actually made here in South Africa. So that was awesome. Now, let's break down the story of this show. It is an anthology series. So each and every episode actually follows a different story with different characters in a completely different setting. And one of the most exciting part of it is that every episode is animated so incredibly differently. Every single episode has a unique animation style, which you have that little bit of suspense before every episode starts because you want to see what's in store for you. Of course, with it being an anthology series, there's both pros and cons. Of course, you get an exciting new episode every single time, but of course, you also don't have much time to invest in these characters. And definitely, sometimes you just get some episodes that are better than others. Some episodes you're going to love, and others just aren't going to resonate with you as much. And that's always a gamble with anthology shows like this. Sometimes they are just great episodes, and sometimes they are episodes that don't deliver as well. But what I can say is that every episode in this show has heart. There's a definite love of Africa in the show, especially since this is supposed to be about a show about the future of the continent of Africa. There's definitely a lot of tradition kept in the show. There's a lot of soul of Africa in the show, and that was great. This definitely isn't a Western perspective of African culture. This is an African perspective on African culture. And I feel like it is an oxymoron to even just say African culture, because every single culture within Africa, whether that be from the Congo, from Egypt, from South Africa, from Mozambique, they're all incredibly different. There's so little in common with a lot of these different cultures. So I do understand it is an oxymoron to say the African culture, but you can really feel that there is a definite presence that is completely different to what we see from the West. And something that I found really exciting was the mishmash, the combinations of different styles. Recently, or I say recently, quite a while ago, I did a video on the history of comic books here in South Africa, and I spoke a little bit on Afro manga. There's an episode from the show that definitely takes inspiration from anime, but has its own African twist on it. And that's exciting, taking traditional established forms of animation and adding in that African twist. That is the biggest strength of this show. So look guys, I'll be honest with you now. This is me being brutally honest. It is a mixed bag. There are some episodes that are great, and there are some episodes that really fail to deliver. On the whole, I had a good time watching them. I thought it was a great experiment to see what Africa has to offer. But if you do compare it to international standards, some of the episodes do unfortunately fall short. But this is a great exploration of the heart of storytelling, especially when it comes to the African heart of storytelling. The stories are what sell this series. Each one is so incredibly different. It tackles completely different themes. We have themes of xenophobia in some episodes. We have themes of self-identity in other episodes. All of these are things that the average African would be struggling with. So that was a humbling experience, actually, seeing that the core identity of Africa is different to the core identity of America and Europe. We get to see the different lenses that the artists look at our continent through, and we can see what they struggle with in their own work. So yes guys, in closing, I'd like to say this was a great experiment, and it's a great opportunity for viewers around the world to take a look at how Africa views itself and views its art. When you compare it to an international standard, I would say it's up there. I mean, there were some great, beautifully animated sequences in these episodes, but there are other episodes that drop the ball every now and again, whether that be the voice acting, whether that be the directing or the animation itself. But that's always a case with anthology shows like this. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you think about this show in the comments down below. Give this video a like if you haven't yet. And if you don't give it a like, if you completely disagreed with everything I said in this video, thank you for watching this long. If you guys haven't yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would really mean the world to me. I'd really appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys again in another review.